Welcome to Senior High School Mathematics. This time let us have the principle of mathematical induction under pre-calculus, and this will be part 1 of 3 parts. Before we continue, let us recall an important concept. In mathematics, the uppercase Greek letter sigma is used to indicate a sum. This is more popularly known as the sigma notation. Let us recall the components of a sigma notation. If f of I is a sequence involving an integer I, then the series f of m plus f of m plus 1 plus f of m plus 2 until plus f of n can be easily written using the sigma notation, summation of f of I from I equals m until n, where m and n are integers and m is less than or equal to n. F of I is a term in the series, or what we call a summand. I is the index, m is the lower bound, and n is the upper bound. Hence, the summation notation, summation of n from n is equal to 1 until 10 may be written as equal to 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus, and the pattern continues until n equals 10. Also, the summation notation 2i plus 1, where I is a positive integer from 1 until n, may be written as the sum 2 times 1 plus 1 when I is equal to 1, plus 2 times 2 plus 1 when I is equal to 2, plus 2 times 3 plus 1 when I is equal to 3, and the pattern continues until 2n plus 1 when I is equal to n. And this summation notation can be simplified as 2 times 1 plus 1 is 3, 2 times 2 plus 1 is 5, 2 times 3 plus 1 is 7, and the pattern continues until 2n plus 1. This time, let us proceed to our discussion on the principle of mathematical induction. In mathematics, the principle of mathematical induction is a theorem of logic that enables one to prove statements are true for all integers n greater than or equal to 1, or to another fixed integer. The idea of mathematical induction can be illustrated as follows. Imagine a row of dominoes lined up in such a way that for each integer k greater than or equal to 1, the kth domino falls over, then it causes the k plus 1 domino to fall over also. Now what happens if you push the first domino over? All the dominoes will fall. There are 2 steps of mathematical induction. Let S of n be a sentence in n. If, number 1, S of 1 is true, and number 2, for all integers k greater than or equal to 1, the assumption that S of k is true implies that S of k plus 1 is true. Then, S of n is true for all positive integers n. We are to verify these 2 parts in mathematical induction. Verification of number 1 is like pushing the first domino. This is called the basis step of the induction. In the statement S of n, n is equal to 1. If this is true, then we proceed to the second step. Verification of the second step is supposing that the kth domino falls. That is the assumption that S of k is true. Then, this implies that S of k plus 1 is true. That is, the k plus 1 domino falls. This is called the inductive step. If this is true, then S of n is true for all positive integers n. Let us have some examples. Number 1. Use the principle of mathematical induction to prove that for all n element of positive integers, the summation of n times n plus 2 from 1 to n is equal to n times n plus 1 times 2n plus 7 all over 6. The left-hand side of this statement, if I is equal to 1, then we have 1 times 1 plus 2, that is 1 times 3. And if I is equal to 2, then we have 2 times 2 plus 2. And if I is equal to 3, we have 3 times 3 plus 2. And if we have I is equal to n, that will be n times n plus 2. This is equal to n times n plus 1 times 2n plus 7 all over 6 for all n greater than or equal to 1. Let us use the mathematical induction to prove this statement in n. Let us start with the basis step, and this is when n is equal to 1. If n is equal to 1, in the left-hand side of the statement, we have 1 times 1 plus 2. And on the right-hand side of this statement, we have 1 times 1 plus 1 times 2 times 1 plus 7 all over 6. 1 plus 2 is 3 times 1, so in the left hand side we have 3. On the right hand side we have 1 times 1 plus 1 is 2. 2 times 1 plus 7 is 9 all over 6. Hence, in the right-hand side, we have 1 times 2 times 9, that is 18, divided by 6, that is 3. Therefore, in the basis step, we have a true statement. After verifying that the basis step is true for n is equal to 1, we proceed to the second step. That is what we call the inductive step. First, let us assume that when n is equal to k, this statement 1 times 3 plus 2 times 4 plus 3 times 5 until k times k plus 2 is equal to k times k plus 1 times 2k plus 7 all over 6 is true for all k element of positive integers. That is, the integer k is greater than or equal to 1. After assuming that when n is equal to k is true, then we're going to prove that the statement is true where n is equal to k plus 1. We're going to add the next integer. Hence, we have 1 times 3 plus 2 times 4 plus 3 times 5 until k times k plus 2 and the next summand, that is n is equal to k plus 1. So we have k plus 1 times k plus 3. On the right hand side of the statement or the equation, we would have the original formula for the sum, that is k times k plus 1 times 2k plus 7 all over 6 plus k plus 1 times k plus 3. That is the next summand. At this point, to prove that this statement is true for n is equal to k plus 1, we're going to manipulate, or we're going to solve for the right hand side of the statement or the equation. Notice that the two terms in the right hand side have a common binomial factor, that is k plus 1. So let us factor it out. We'll have k plus 1 times k times 2k plus 7 over 6 plus k plus 3. Adding the terms inside the parentheses, we will have k plus 1 times, the LCD is 6. We can distribute k in the numerator, so we have 2k squared plus 7k, and then we will have plus 6 times k plus 3. Let us distribute 6 to k plus 3, then we will have k plus 1 times, in the numerator, we will have 2k squared plus 7k plus 6k plus 18 all over 6. Combining similar terms in the numerator, we will have k plus 1 times 2k squared plus 13k plus 18. This time, let us factor the quadratic expression in the numerator. Then we will have k plus 1 times, we have two binomials, that's k times 2k, and then we have k plus 2 times 2k plus 9. This will be our factors for the numerator. We are multiplying k plus 1 to a fraction, hence we can write all the factors in the numerator. So we have k plus 1. Notice that k plus 2 can be written as k plus 1 plus 1. Also, 2k plus 9 can be written as 2 times k plus 1 plus 7 all over 6. Notice that the right hand side of the original statement is n times n plus 1 times 2n plus 7 over 6, and this is the same statement when n is equal to k plus 1. See that we have k plus 1, that is n, k plus 1 plus 1, that is n plus 1. Also, 2 times k plus 1 plus 7, that is 2 times n plus 7 all over 6. So we have the same statement where n is equal to k plus 1. The resulting sum is the same when n is equal to k plus 1. Hence, the summation n times n plus 2 from 1 to n is equal to n times n plus 1 times 2n plus 7 all over 6 is true for all n element of the positive integers. Let us have another example. Prove by mathematical induction that 1 over 1 times 2 plus 1 over 2 times 3 plus 1 over 3 times 4 plus plus 1 over n times n plus 1 is equal to n over n plus 1 for all n element of positive integers. Let us begin with the basis step when n is equal to 1. Hence, we have on the left hand side 1 over 1 times 1 plus 1 is equal to 1 over 1 plus 1. On the left hand side, we have 1 over 1 plus 1 is 2 times 1, we have 2, then that is 1 half. On the right hand side, we have 1 over 1 plus 1, that is 2. Hence, the statement is true when n is equal to 1. That means we proceed to the second step, that is the inductive step. First, let us assume that the statement is true when n is equal to k. So we have 1 over 1 times 2 plus 1 over 2 times 3 plus 1 over 3 times 4 plus plus 1 over k times k plus 1 is equal to k over k plus 1 is true for all integer k greater than or equal to 1. Next, we're going to prove now that the statement is true when n is equal to k plus 1. That is, we're going to add to both sides of the equation the next summand. So we have 1 over 1 times 2 plus 1 over 2 times 3 plus 1 over 3 times 4 plus plus 1 over k times k plus 1, and the next summand 1 over k plus 1 times k plus 2, that is when n or k is equal to k plus 1. We also add this summand to the right hand side of the equation, so we have k over k plus 1 plus 1 over k plus 1 times k plus 2. This time, let us add the terms in the right hand side of the equation and show that it is equivalent or it is equal to the right hand side of the original equation when n is equal to k plus 1. So we have our LCD as k plus 1 times k plus 2. We're now getting the new set of numerators. K plus 1 times k plus 2 divided by k plus 1 is k plus 2. Times k, we have k times k plus 2. And in the next term, we have k plus 1 times k plus 2 divided by k plus 1 times k plus 2 is equal to 1. Times 1, that is equal to 1. And then we have distributive property, k squared plus 2k plus 1 over k plus 1 times k plus 2. Notice that the resulting numerator is a perfect square trinomial, so we can show this as its factored form. So we have k plus 1 squared over k plus 1 times k plus 2. K plus 1 over k plus 1 is equal to 1. Hence, we can cancel k plus 1 in the numerator and in the denominator. The resulting fraction is k plus 1 over k plus 2. Notice the right-hand side of the original statement or equation, that is n over n plus 1. And we have the same right-hand side in the inductive step, that is n is equal to k plus 1. We can rewrite k plus 1 over k plus 2 as k plus 1. K plus 2 can be written as k plus 1 plus 1. This is when n is equal to k plus 1. Numerator is n. In here, k plus 1. Denominator is n plus 1. In here, k plus 1 plus 1. The resulting sum is the same when n is equal to k plus 1. Hence, 1 over 1 times 2 plus 1 over 2 times 3 plus 1 over 3 times 4 plus ... plus 1 over n times n plus 1 is equal to n over n plus 1 for all n element of positive integers. That will be all. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe for more math lessons.